late night show. Good to see everyone. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Because I'm having a beautiful day. But man, explosive information that is coming out right now that Mnangagwa and Chiwenga actually killed, allegedly killed Mujuru. Yeah, Comrade Mujuru. This is quite very sad and heartbreaking to hear. But anyway, and they also stole the 15 billion Maranga diamond, and the DRC funds, the state funds. I've been asking questions. How come Mnangagwa and Chiwenga, no matter all these shenanigans, allegations that have been coming out that Mnangagwa wanted to eliminate Chiwenga, but their relationship is so tight, which means that there is something that we don't know. Like, I'm so glad that our fathers have now standing up firm to humiliate and to expose, everything that has been hidden is coming out to light. And I always tell you that before freedom, truth has to come out. All right. So before we get into the nitty-gritties, I must tell you, it's explosive. You need to be here. You need to be here and hang out with me, okay? But before we get into the nitty-gritties, if it's your first time to come across the channel, please subscribe and make sure that you ring the bell so that every time I'm live or I drop a video, you will be robbed right here. But also, when I say shout out, I can see, I don't know how many people that are joining us right now. I want to say to you guys, please do not forget to like the live so that we push algorithm and invite everyone to the conversation. The Zimbabwean story and the Zimbabwean dream that is around the corner, it has to require truth before freedom. This time, and I don't know, for some reason, this past week we have been talking about Chiwenga so intensely. Little did I know that this man is as worse as Mnangagwa. Is him and Mnangagwa, the two of them. If these allegations are true, we'd rather not have a leader in Zimbabwe than to have the two people. I'm just saying. It's shocking. It is shocking. But how can I be shocked? How can I be shocked? Anyway, all right, before we get to most of these stories, and it's just unbelievable. I must say to you that people are disappointed, though, with the president of Botswana. I'm seeing Twitter is reacting very interesting. X, formerly known as, okay, that's Twitter. It's X, okay? But people are reacting really negatively because he has been in Zimbabwe. You remember, he was in Zimbabwe, in few days, in a week, he was in Zimbabwe twice. And you also know that it's ZANU-PF with a track record of paying, regional leaders so that they can endorse their legitimacy. So people are like, twice in Zimbabwe. Not only that, now he's kind of trying to adopt Mnangagwa's modus operandi, where you see all manner of people at the airport welcoming him. It's so backward, and I must say, because I do respect him, so I'm openly saying it's backward. President Duma Boko, please. That is too backward. You don't need an entire entourage at the airport to welcome you. You don't. Look at Cyril Ramaphosa. No, he doesn't do that. Cyril Ramaphosa is top class. Just him greeting the airport guys and he's out. The pilots and he's out. No. Today I'm going to be like a Squana, defending the state funds, right? We are tired. We are tired of nonsense. We're no longer taking it lightly because, Africa now is coming together and it excites me. Guys, 79 people, 100 people, like their life, please. Make sure that, make sure that you like the life. All right, I don't know why people are passing some funny comments that, you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, just drop your blue hearts. Drop your blue hearts, because I think some of you with the blue hearts, you may be the ones that are supporting Chamisa, okay? Just drop your blue hearts for today, because we don't know what's going on the other side. I'm waiting for so many political players to send me all their information. At least we're going to promote them. Drop your blue hearts if you can hear me well, please, loud and clear. All right, and another thing, I must send out some love and light to the people of Mozambique, because am I the only one who feel like this SADC needs to be disbanded for good? It's a useless of people who don't have no respect for the young ones. Out of all that we saw in Mozambique, they actually had the nerve to say that election, was actually Frelimo won election. Guys, please. This SADC thing, I know in Zimbabwe they disappointed us, but now doing the very same thing to Mozambicans. Now, okay, they want my blood to boil because it's driving me mad, yo. Yeah, it is. But shout out to the people of Mozambique. I know some of you are here. Just know that we pray for you, we believe in you, and we support you. We are all Africans. We should never allow these old guys to mess up our destiny. We are better than this. We need to drive evil forces out of this continent. We need men and women who fear God and who stand for progress and who stand for building our nations for the betterment of generations to come. All right. Yeah, now we're getting to the most explosive about Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. By the way, I don't know for those that have been pushing on Chiwenga, what are you saying? If you are here and you think Chiwenga is your candidate, I want you to tell me what you think in the comment section, because now that we are hearing what we're hearing now, are you still standing with Chiwenga as your candidate to be the president of Zimbabwe? Because after this, I've told you earlier on that if we are not smart, we're going back worse than the way that we are right now. I'm not a fan of cutting corners. I believe in the process, but I don't. All right. So now you all know that Chiwenga, for some reason, there was an article that came out that he could be the one that can actually transform Zimbabwe using the military style. Remember? And we're going to go through some of those details a little bit later. And you also remember the issue when he fought with the Ziyambi. They went to the Heroes Acre and they could not see eye to eye because of the issue that, Ziyambi is closer to Mnangagwa now. But when you listen to those that have been within ZANU-PF, then in the times of Mnangagwa and Mugabe and all the guys, they actually tell you that Mnangagwa has been very close to Chiwenga. Very close. And they're saying all that you see now is it's a front. They're on their way to woodwink Zimbabweans again. Now, the issue of Muchangwa again fighting with Chiwenga, because Muchangwa feels like Chiwenga is taking the limelight because he's trying to align himself with the war veterans. I think you heard, also last week when Bombshell pushed on the issue of saying Chiwenga should come through and take over, and lead Zimbabwe, which again, for me now, 1000% I disagree with it. I was right because you know what? I always follow principles, right? But now it's a different story. That's what we're going to be listening to now. Now, not to waste time. Okay. These allegations that Chiwenga and Mnangagwa killed Comrade Mujuru, right? So that they could be able to run away with their shenanigans of Gukurahundi, and also the issue of looting the $15 billion Marange diamond and the money that they looted also from the DRC. I don't remember Jonathan Moy on record saying Mnangagwa knows what happened with the money that came from DRC, right? But anyway, let's take a listen to him, please. This is shocking. I've lost my respect for this. Now, I don't know. Did I even have any iota of respect for these guys? No. I think I don't have none. I have absolutely none. No respect for these two guys. If these allegations are true, forget it. Forget it. We need a completely new person who don't have blood, right, in their hands. We need a new person. That's all I'm going to say right now. But let's take a listen, please, on these allegations of Mujuru. Okay? Again, shocking. Okay.
Right. So kwakaitwa msangano wa Mnangagwa na ana Chinamasa na Jacob Mdenda and others to craft a way of how to destroy Mujuru. It all failed because Solomon was powerful in the Politburo. So that's how, because now it is true that Mujuru had initiated my investigations. Mnangagwa, who misuser the party, including my properties. We are now national blankets. We are now hawkers. We are now national foods and so on. But ZANU-PF shares akakura. So the administrator where my properties as ZANU-PF, not a government, as ZANU-PF, as ZANU, as a party. Let me not say ZANU-PF because right. Angari Mnangagwa. and that was the same time kwakabuda nyaya yemadiamond kuchiadzwa. Nyaya iyi kwaiva nemukomana ainzi Kuroti akatovaka nzvimbo road yekubulawa paigara mutukuzi panonzi chii
panotona pakare paya
panotoni apo akatovaka manhingiri yekuchenesa diamond paizoitwa polish yediamond.
Okay.
Ipo pakatanga nyaya hombe ipapo. And I hope this deputy director anozviziva izvozvo because he was there. I know he was there.
Okay.
So Kurotwi, we as war veteran approacha akatipa 187 claims kuchiadzwa. Right? Adaro ndobva taenda kunoona nzvimbo yacho. Ndakangana brigadier uya angari in charge ndiye akapiwa kuti atarise zvinhu zvacho. Chakazorasika ndechekuti Chiwenga akabva ainsista kuti ma-war veteran ngavaitwe reserve force. So my claims acha administered nearmy. Kurotwi apa ma-war veteran. Tikaenda nao pamuchinguri sa-war veteran. Tikaenda naye akatonotambidzwa manhingiri dzimba kunhingiri panoton papa kuti yema-war veteran pacha cleanwa kana pachapolishwa diamond racho nderiri. Tikatoratidzwa nestructure yacho. So ndipo pakatanga ushamwari waChiwenga na Mnangagwa. Chiwenga was the CDF. Ndipo akazoiuyu Obet Mpofari minister wemines. Akatanga kusungisa Kuroto. Kuroto akati aiwa uyu anga achindoti ndimbe 10 million. Obet akati kwete uyu apinza maIsrael ndobva asungwa. So those 187 claims dzikatorwa naChiwenga zvichinzi zichabetsera ma-war veteran. Ipo pakazoshayika 50 billion aitarwa naMugabe iyai. Right? Padaro vaona kuti uyu Joyce avagona kumburisa and iwo veteran was a beneficiary panhingiri yai pamaclaims ayaya ndobva vauraya Mujuru.
Okay.
Kufa kwaMujuru am one of the first people vakatanga kunosvika vakafira Solomon. Ndikambodaidza Joyce ndikamira naye paside ndikati muri kuona semusoja anofa so here. Imba yaSolomon yekuBeatrice maglass, not bulletproof, just common glasses. Zvekuti pakafira pacho aigona kurova glass wobuda. Pacorridor pacho. But akafa chitunha chake pachachiri chakawanikwa chakangoungana ipapo. Concentration yemoto iri ipapo pasina pamwe. Izvo ndakazoona nemaziso, hausi chinhu chekunzwa nevamwe vanhu. Aiwa ndakaendako. So afa Mugabe ndo akazopepuka manje. But it was too late because nyaya yakaitwa na Chiwenga na Mnangagwa na Chiwenga. Mnangagwa achida kuti Joyce Mugabe because he had no intention of standing in 2018 election. So anga sarudza Joyce, and you recall in one of the rallies akasimuka akabvunza vanhu marali kuti moda kuti Mujuru arambe ari pavice here, vanhu vakati kwete.
All right, so it's very clear that the issue was just succession battle, but I think very interesting that Chiwenga and Mnangagwa had to eliminate, as per his allegations, eliminate Mujuru because what they didn't want was to face the Gukura Hundi massacre issue. Number one. Number two, they also wanted to loot the diamond, which is the $15 Marange diamond. And you also know that people have been accusing Obed Mumpofu for not even taking action when it was called for an inquiry, which shows that these guys are all working together. Because the last time I checked, people are saying even Obed Mumpofu is owning a Victoria Falls. I don't know if these allegations are true as well. It's said in a way that these boys, Vanawelens is this name, they were left as orphans by simply because of nonsense issues. Absolute nonsense. People don't want to take accountability, but there is so many innocent Zimbabweans who have been either locked in prison for doing absolutely nothing. Some of them were killed for actually committed no crime. As we speak, we have some that are in prison. So these two guys have been playing all their dirty games so that they can live lavishly. You can see them flying. They can hire this private jets and flying all they want, living fancy. You know, they can talk about women, you name it. What are you talking about? They're living their life in front of everyone, treating people like nothing. You understand? Destroying destinies so that they can protect themselves just to be held accountable. And I'm saying this not, listen, I know there's some Zimbabwean people here who are in Zimbabwe, okay? No, I know the diaspora people share the same sentiments with me. And there are those that are also part of the regime, current regime. And you are here to listen to me. I'm not here to make you happy. And I'm not afraid of anybody. At the end of the day, you're all going to die at the end of the day. Nobody's going to be living forever. So this issue of threatening people that, no, we're going to kill you, it's nonsensical. Nobody cares. In fact, who doesn't want to go to heaven and be with the Father? So killing people will never resolve issues. Locking people in prison will never resolve issues. You will be held accountable for the evil that you have done to the innocent people of Zimbabwe who didn't do you no wrong. Who did not do you no wrong and you think you'll get away with it? It's not possible. So if these allegations are true, then the question I'm having to the Zimbabwean people, those that were screaming last week, you remember the one that was screaming last week, saying that Chiwenga is Ndianotopinda Chete. Remember that group of people were talking, those audios that we listened to, right? There's some of them that are already aligning with Chiwenga because you know what? They all want positions and things. We are going back to square zero. Want to take us to the Stone Age. We refuse to be abused by those that are within the ZANU-PF. It's not about your party. We are not dumb enough not to be robbed into what you guys want, hiding behind the party in the liberation struggle. Any politician who is going to come here, number one, under the bedrock of the army military, number two, singing this liberation nonsense, forget it. Because each and every Zimbabwean family, they have scars of the liberation struggle. So when I hear someone who says, no, but we went to Wonder, what I'm not telling Wonder because now we want Zimbabweans across the country. Everybody fought during the liberation struggle. So selling a lie and this dummy, nobody's going to buy it. People should be held accountable for the evil that they've done. And I remain adamant. You know, when women stand up, we need business. And nobody should ever come and say, oh no, but men who know what they're doing. Hold on. I'm very traditional at heart. And there's so much respect for men. But I must also be very clear that Zimbabwean men, especially those within the ZANU-PF space, have hurt Zimbabweans beyond core. You don't have no characteristics of fathers because real fathers protect the children. But these ones are destroyers of destiny, destroyers of purpose. So they don't even have the qualities to even stand and tell Zimbabweans that we are fathers because you don't have characteristics of fathers. You are like that man who just pregnant someone else and just roaming around the street and be taking care of prostitutes of kids. kids that belong to prostitutes and leave his own children. You are the same with those people. You should be told the truth. You failed the people of Zimbabwe. Whether you like it or not, whether you're going to hate me or you don't hate me, that's not the issue. The issue is you failed. And I think even in heaven, you have got your own Gehenna that is waiting for you to burn because you are the most evil people I've never seen. Wicked to the core. You don't fear God. You have no heart. You do not have no heart. And the people need to tell you the truth now. The last week article that came out now talking about Chiwenga trying to introduce the military style of leadership, absolutely nonsensical. Now I'm going to read some of the things that were mentioned there. Very interesting. Now that we're talking about this, nonsensical. Now, this is what the article said. As Zimbabwe faces complex political and economic and social challenges, some voices are calling for a drastic change in the country's leadership style, arguing that perhaps it's time to look beyond, listen to this, beyond lawyers and over-educated politicians. Oh, really? All right. This view suggests that after decades of civil-led government, Zimbabwe could benefit from the firm-handed and disciplined approach associated with the military background. Oh, okay. Among the contenders, Vice President Constantino Chiwenga, a decorated military general, that's what they're calling him, and stands out as a potential leader who could reshape Zimbabwe with a style based on command, discipline, and efficiency. So after what you have heard now regarding their track record, does this represent Chiwenga? Okay, I know his brother, the Chiwenga, the pastor, Apostle Chiwenga, I think. He was very clear and said, this man is not leadership material. And I remember when I listened to his video, I even asked people, are they really related? And some of them were, so no, they're not related. He's just going berserk. And then he came out and said, if I'm not related to him, let him come out. But it was very clear that this man is not leadership material. And we all have seen it. With the little that we saw, okay, the Mary issue is another deal. When I looked at his portfolio as a Minister of Health, considering where Zimbabwe is today, I don't think he has any quality to actually be the president of Zimbabwe. So I'm not going to be sitting like what happened in 2017, where people just get woodwinked and say, oh, I think because it's a change of a person, I'm sure it's going to be better. No. This time, whether Mnangagwa left, I'm so tell you what, everything is a game. It is a game because you can see when he got married last year, okay, even though Mnangagwa exposed that the wife used to date him when he was married to Mary, which I'm not even worried about that. People's moral issue, it's not important for now. I'm focusing on their portfolios. Do you remember that there was a number of dignitaries that is from the region that came to attend Chiwenga's wedding? And people were like, you know what, because he's going to be the successor. And also him fighting with Mutangwa, who want also the place there. Mutangwa want to be at the forefront as well. Remember, it's not only Mutangwa, there are also other people who have got interest too. He is the kind of the one that is now aligning himself with the military, again, crutching on the military, which we are trying to say we need to divorce the politics of hanging on a thread dealing with the military. We also don't want anyone who's going to be hanging on a thread dealing with the police, as well as the war veterans, because we know it's all a game. And people are very clear that Mnangagwa will not leave anyone who's not going to protect his interests. I mean, we have seen even with the Mugabe, apart from what we heard about 2-3 months ago, that they were after some of the farms that belong to Grace Mugabe. But we all know that the children kept on living a flamboyant life. Even when their father was out, they were living flamboyant lives. You saw them hugging all across their parties that they always do. They'll be hugging and kissing. It shows good. These people are playing with our destinies. They simply do not care about the people of Zimbabwe. It's all about them and their children and generations, concubines, you name it. They don't care about other people. For that reason, because I will be standing up before God and give an account of how I've lived in my life, I don't think I'm a person who's going to sit here and be smiling on nonsense. These two men do not have qualities to be leaders in Zimbabwe. Whoever selling Chiwenga, whoever selling whatever they're selling, I stand here based on what I've heard. They don't have the qualities to actually taking Zimbabwe anywhere. Because if you have to kill someone to get to the front, that's the worst any human being can ever do. The worst of any human being can ever do to another person. To kill, to get to the front. And all this military discipline, whatever they're trying to sell, it's a lie. It's simply a game. Hoping that Zimbabweans are going to buy into it. So they talk about the case for the military style of leadership, trying to rob Kagame there. Will you compare Kagame and Chiwenga? Okay, hold on. Because I don't really know Kagame that much. I never did so much of my research, but I know he's a very, very serious guy. Can you compare Kagame and Chiwenga? Okay, because they're talking about Kagame's left, so that's what they were selling. Which we all know that it is simply a game. It is just a game. They're also talking about the military principles in modern management. That's what they were saying. Okay. Interestingly, I'm going to read some of some of their submissions in the article there. They said, interestingly, much of the modern management science, up to 80%, okay, of some estimates, has its roots in military principles. Okay, they talk about the leaders. Okay, I'll tell you what I think about that. 80% by some estimates has its roots in the military principles. The strategic planning, hierarchical organization, and resource management skills employed in the corporate governance are all adapted from military practices. Leaders in both sectors face the challenge of coordinating complex systems, managing human resources, and maintaining operational efficiency. In this sense, a leader like Chiwenga could theoretically bring these tested methods to the public sector, fostering an environment of accountability, measurable results, and strategic planning that Zimbabwe urgently needs. But he has been in the place. What stops him from implementing that today? Should he have the qualities? What stops Chiwenga from implementing what they're talking about now, today? What stops him? He's very close to Mnangagwa. They've been close. They've been playing their shenanigans and their drama together. What stops him from implementing what is Biz narrating in this article today? And since they've been talking, okay, can call Mnangagwa and said, hey, can we just start and change the trajectory? Let's release people who are innocent, that we're locking up the opposition people who are just having bribe, having lunch as friends, who are locked up in prison. Can we take them out? Can we call the Zimbabwean people? Can we have a conversation? I'm saying, what stops him to do the very same thing today? It is a game. Messing up with people's destinies. These guys are joking. They are playing games. We are like 30 years or 40 years behind. The world is now advanced. We are behind. Actually heard that Botswana, who came yesterday, this new president, saying they're going to make sure everyone across the country has Wi-Fi, which includes the rural folks. They're bringing Starlink in the country. And then what happened with our people? They are doing everything in their power to limit resources so that at least the rural folks want to get information. Because I can only imagine if we were live today and the rural folks are all on and we're talking together and have discussion. I mean, I don't know how many subscribers we would have. I mean, all these guys who are online today, including all the platforms of media houses, would be having nearly more than 1 million of subscribers. You know, people will be tuning in talking about Zimbabwe, but no, they will do everything in their power to limit information to go out there. And what makes you think that all of a sudden, Chiwenga would turn from being this person and then all of a sudden repent and come to be, a good person? Okay, maybe, I don't know if we can talk about what happened during the time of Paul, when it moved from Saul, as it was killing Christians, and become to Paul. Is that the Damascus era that they're trying to sell to the Zimbabwean people, that all of a sudden he's going to just come and introduce that? I don't think so, because when I look at Mary, okay? No. All these examining military influence in global leadership, they're also trying to sell a lie to the Zimbabwean people as well. You know, they tried military training instills skills in resource management, crisis response. Crisis response, but the military can always respond to the crisis. And nonsense. Listen to this no-nonsense approach to organizational discipline. Do you know what that means? No-nonsense approach. Do you know what that actually means? So for a country facing economic uncertainty, rampant inflation, and complex social issues, such skills might prove invaluable in steering Zimbabwe towards greater stability. The military, after all, operates with a clear chain of command where objectives are established and orders are expected to be followed efficiently, a contrast to the bureaucratic stagnation often found in a civilian government. I never heard about corruption there. There's no corruption at all. It's not mentioned. it's kind of trying to we just want to enter something, but we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to get it, because if we say corruption, they're gonna tell you, said corruption. They're saying you were part of the 15 billion Mnangagwa diamond, Mr. Chiwenga, that we are hearing now from your friend, your colleagues who worked with you, sir, are saying today that you and Mnangagwa, the two of you, friends, Mnangagwa, the current Zimbabwean president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, you were part of the loot of 15 billion Mnangagwa diamond. That's why in this article of yours that you're trying to introduce, Chiwenga doesn't have that in, because you know the Zimbabwean people are going to say, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Nowhere where we talk about the issue of jailing innocent people in prison who didn't do no wrong. It's not in your article. You know why? Because you know it's right in your face. And all of a sudden, you're just going to not only implement this, but you're going to repent. Guys, it's one thing for someone to apologize when they do you wrong. Do you know that when they apologize, oh, we are sorry for what we have done. Apologizing is one thing, but repentance is another, right? You not only apologize, you need to repent. But these ones here, for the past how many years, they've been implementing the same games over and over, and there's no repentance. But now they're thinking in 2028, he's going to repent. Okay, he's telling you in advance, no, in 2028, I'm going to repent from my evil words so that I can serve you better, right? That's what he's saying, yeah, in 2028. For now, you're just going to tolerate me, but in 2028, I will repent. And then only fools will believe it. Only fools will believe in these lies, because these guys don't have any, they don't even have the capacity to lead anybody. But here's the thing, they're still telling you more. They actually said, no, we have, and one thing I love about fathers who are standing up now, and I must say shout out to Miss Samalula, who wrote the book, first and foremost, and also the comrade who actually spoke about this issue. Again, two of them, they worked together with these two guys, with Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. They worked with them. So they are talking, they're not talking about what they heard. They're talking about what they know, okay? If Mnangagwa and Chiwenga think that this is a lie, why can't they defend themselves today? They must send their whoever or come out, their spokesperson, or run their presser. We are waiting for the presser and debunk what we are hearing today. Is it a lie? If it is a lesson, it is a lie. It is a lie. But you know, we will never hear anything because they know that it is true. I'm waiting for Chiwenga, no, not Chiwenga, Muchangwa and his big mouth. I'm waiting, Mr. Muchangwa there, if you are going to be debunking what we are hearing today, because this is out on public record. The books were written, are out there right now as we're speaking. There are also so many videos. In fact, that's what DJ Holly has got all these videos in live, like all of them. For those that do not watch them, please, you can go in there. That is 0.5, if I'm not mistaken, his YouTube channel. He spoke to them. I'm also going to talk to both of them, because I am so sick and tired of living in a country that is built on lies. A country that promotes toxicity, a country that do not have the fear of God, a country that has been selling evil to generations. If I can only look where Zimbabwe is today, the lies that people tell in the country, because that's the culture that they built. And it pisses me off. For that reason, that's why I'm standing here and when I'm sitting here and condemn these actions. Because listen, if you want me to respect, you need to respect yourself first. Because these guys have proved that they don't respect themselves. They carry on with evil, they will never stop. No matter how people condemn their actions, they will never stop. For that reason, if they think that we are going to respect them, they must forget it. As far as I know who I am and what I believe in, I don't owe them no respect. Because they don't qualify, they don't even deserve to be respected. Because their actions don't build, but rather destroy. So show me a person who's going to smile to anyone who can destroy their lives. I've told you that when we get to heaven, when God shows us the kind of lives we were supposed to live, should we didn't have Mnangagwa and Chiwenga and some of their friends and the criminal cartel that have destroyed Zimbabwe, we won't be shocked. And while I'm here, this is why I'm saying, further on when I talk about many here, we won't be shocked when God says this was supposed to be your life. Some of you should be multi-billionaires today. Zimbabwe could be a country that people will come in here flocking to say, let us go and find out how did they even do it. But unfortunately, these two guys have worked tirelessly to make sure that that will not happen. Zimbabwe need to suffer under their rule. That's all that we know. They can't even have the nerve to tell you to say you can leave this country. And now they come here and try to sell a lie. Absolutely hogwash. Nobody's going to believe in this one. They also said that the suggestion is that Chiwenga, with his years of military experience, could instill a similar culture within government institutions, transforming them into efficient, result-driven entities. Oh, really? His background in command may also grant him the authority to tackle corruption, which has plagued Zimbabwe's civil administration for decades, without the complications of partisan loyalty or personal interest. So they've been selling a lie that, oh, politics is partisan. There's no partisan. It's your dirty games that you guys have been playing. Nobody cares about you. Whatever dirty games you've been playing and try to lie to the Zimbabwean people that, oh, no, it's all partisan politics. There's none like that. It's you. We've been destroying lives. And you need to be held accountable and take responsibility for the evil that you have been sowing in the country. Stop lying to the people. Listen, do you know, guys, I would rather die speaking truth and get to heaven, and God says, welcome, my child, you faithful servant, than to sit here and be lying to the Zimbabwean people. No, I have a responsibility to make sure that I defend truth, and only truth will set our people free, not lies. But anyway, they also have the way forward. I've told you there have been discussions on social media, and I remember 2 days ago there was discussions which was actually held by Crisis Zimbabwe, where they invited Dr. Walter Muzembe. There was Kasukwire there was also Farai Mugwa, amazing guy. There was Promise Mukwananzi. Quite discussions really on say where to from here. Where can we go? But interesting enough, also Mulala, the one that wrote the book, so he said, please don't be fooled by Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. He said, please, I'm begging you, Zimbabweans. That's why I said, when fathers standing up and standing to defend the city, it gives me so much joy, because then I know we are in the right place. We are in the right direction. We are on our way to a better Zimbabwe, because fathers are no longer taking the nonsense anymore. No more nonsense in this country. But take a listen to what he said. It is said, actually. And I must just say to me, Mujuru, may your soul rest in peace. And the children, I send you my love and light. One day, at least now you've got closure. One day, God will deliver peace to you, because this is wrong. It is wrong. It should be condemned by a normal Zimbabwean to say this is not on. And I'm expecting social media to go ablaze right now. People saying, no, these two men should be held accountable. Mnangagwa and Chiwenga should be held accountable. I'm expecting, because if a person who has stolen a cow can be held accountable for years in prison, and the people who killed, who have not only that, destroyed lives. Some people have not been, they are not dead physically, but they are dead inside Zimbabwe. Some of them are walking dead. Fathers are sleeping, crying, mothers because of hunger, all caused by only two individuals and their friends who created the criminal cartel just to control, manipulate, and destroy destinies. Not again. God knows my heart. Not again. It will not happen. This time the sun will stop for us to get the freedom that we need. All these lies that you are trying to push people and say, nah, you know what? Military will show you military style. Please, man. Please, man. Show me the military style right now. Why should I have to wait for decades for me to see it? Show me right now. I don't know what to say. I'm actually looking for the... Okay, there we go. Take a listen, please.
Kuya 2017 nekuti pakazoitika kuya 2017 ndakanga ndisiri muZimbabwe, saka ndatodzidza zvimwe zvinhu kwavari kuti madetails ekuti actual coup zvakafamba sei. Ini bhuku rangu rinonyanyotaura nezve background, mavambo, ndosaka ndakati the genesis, mavambo ekuti mavambo ezvekurongwa kwekui zvakatangira kupi. Saka sekutaura kwandakamboita ende sekunyora kwandakaita mubhuku, nyaya yekumaTebeleland, kuurayiwa kwakaitwa vanhu, genocide yakaitwa kumaTebeleland, inotsanangura zvakanyanya mareasons eku iyoyo yaNovember 2017, nekuti vanhu vakanga vari pamberi pekuuraya vanhu, masaka dzakaitwa kumatebeleland, masaka yakaita kuti vanhu over 20,000 vaurayiwe. Vanhu vakanga vari pamberi pazvo kwaiti General Chiwenga, Terence Shiri, vanhu vekuCIO ana Edison Shiri Huru, Menard Muzariri, Shadrack Chipanga and others vachiripota directly kuna Mnangagwa. Vanhu ivavo ndo vakanga vari pamberi pekufa kwevanhu kwakaitika kumatebeleland kuma early 1980s. Saka nyaya iyoyo, kutya kusungwa, kutya kuti rimwe zuva vaizosungwa, kusungirwa kuuraya vanhu kwavakaita ikoko, ndo zvakagara zviri pakati pevanhu ivava, vachityira kuti rimwe zuva vachazosungwa kunzi sei makauraya vanhu like the way they did. Ndo zvakagara zvakaita kuti pese pavari vange kutowirirana kutoita ushamwari, vachiziva kuti tine nyaya imwe chete, mumwe chete akanyura tanyura tese. Saka vaida kuti vange vachiwana nzira yekuti vasasungwe. Ndo zvanga zviri mupfungwa mavo nguva zhinji. Izvozvo ndizvo zvinotsanangura kuu yakaitika November 2017, vasingadi kuti hurumende ibve kuna Mugabe ichienda kune mumwe munhu anogona kuzovaita kuti vasungwe, kusungirwa mhosva dzavakaita idzodzo dzemamasaka muna 1980s, masaka yevanhu vekumatebeleland. Ndo chekutanga ichocho. Ende ipapo tiri kuona kuti vaMnangagwa naChiwenga vakanga vari vese mazviri. Chiwenga aikomanda rimwe brigade, handichaziva kuti reve brigade ripi, but brigade rakanga riri kumatebeleland. Chiwenga Terence Shiri achikomanda 5th brigade, vaChiwenga vachikomanda mhino kana yanga isiri 3 brigade yakanga iri based kumatebeleland ikoko. Saka vakanga vakauraya vanhu, vakanga vari involved mumasaka mugukura huu early 1980s. Chechipiri chinoita kuti vanhu ava Chiwenga naMnangagwa vange vari bhandi nebhurugwe ndechekuti chataurwa naComrade Mulala chezve $15 billion dzakabiwa dzemadiamonds dzekuchiadzwa uko. Vazvitsanangura in detail, handinidi kuti ndirambe ndichinyanyotaura naizvozvo, but vari vairi Chiwenga naMnangagwa vakanga vari ndo vanhu vakaba mari iyoyo yekuchiadzwa $15 billion yakataurwa naMugabe kunzi 15 billion yakadisappear. Chechitatu ndechekuti kune nyaya yehondo yeku-DRC. Zimbabwean Army yakatumirwa ku-DRC kunorwa ikoko. Nguva yekurwa ikoko kukabiwa mari inotyisa. Mnangagwa naChiwenga vari pamberi pazvo. Masoja mazhinji, kutaurwa kwazvinoitwa, masoja mazhinji haana chaakawana pahondo iyoyo. Mari yakapuwa Mnangagwa naChiwenga, vakatora mari iyoyo vakaishandisa, vakaita yavo mari iyoyo. Saka kwese muri kuona kuti vanhu vairi vava hazviiti zvakanaka. Iyo yeku-DRC nanhasi United Nations mumabhuku mayo inotaura kuti Mnangagwa akaba mari inotyisa ku-DRC. Saka tiri kuona kuti kumatebeleland, mhosva yekumatebeleland yekuuraya vanhu, Chiwenga naMnangagwa vari involved. Kuchiadzwa kumadiamonds, Chiwenga naMnangagwa vari involved. Ku-DRC, kubiwa kwema-resources eku-DRC, Chiwenga naMnangagwa vari involved. Saka vanhu ava ibhande nebhuruku, hapana zvese zvinombotaurwa zviya kunzi hanzi Chiwenga naMnangagwa vari kurwa pachavo chii, kunyeperwa. MaZimbabweans dai tavhurika kumeso tinyatsotarisa zvinhu zvakadzika, kwete kunyeperwa, kuramba tichingonyeperwa. Havambofi vakarwa pachavo vanhu ava. Vanoziva kuti vararame, kuti vasapinde mumhosva, kuti vasazobvunzwa kuti apa pakafamba sei, vanofanira kunge vakabatana vari pamwe chete vachivharidzira mhosva dzavo. Ndo zviripo izvozvo. Saka ndo nyaya iripo iyoyo. uye kumberi uku tobvunza kuti kumberi kofamba sei, kwatiri kuenda uku seZimbabwe kwakamira sei. Vanhu ava ana Mnangagwa naChiwenga vane fomula yavainayo yekuti vange vachichengetana kusvika vese vabva pasi rino iri, kuti kusvika vazofa vese vange vari pachigaro, kuti vasazotongwe nenyaya yemhosva dzavo idzi. Saka approach yavo, fomula yavo ndeyekuti nhasi Mnangagwa aripo achichengeta vamwe vake ava, achichengeta Chiwenga kuti pasazowana kutongwa. Mnangagwa akabva kusaka Chiwenga kuti iye Chiwenga iye anga akachengeteka nevamwe vacho, nekuti kuna vamwe vari pasava vakanga vari mumhosva idzodzo vanoziyana pachavo. Saka musafunge kuti Mnangagwa akabva nhasi mukaisa Chiwenga mofunga kuti nyika yanaka. Kunenge kuri kuprolonga, kupepechueta nhamo yenyika, cruelty yesystem yaunzwa naMnangagwa naChiwenga inenge ichikontinya kana pakange paine mumwe wavo chete ari pachigaro, nyika haife yakachinja, nekuti these are criminals. Vese vakadaro macriminals vanobatsirana, vanoponesana, vanochengetana kuti vasaende kujeri, vanoda kunge vari pamwe chete. Musambozo maZimbabweans ngatitarisei zvinhu zvakadzika tisati nhasi kana Mnangagwa abva Chiwenga ndiye munhu ari nani, Chiwenga ndiye ari munhu ari nani. Uye akaunza Chiwenga, akaunza Mnangagwa pakuu ndiani? Anditi Mnangagwa akanga atiza kuenda kuSouth Africa, akamudzosa ndiani kuti azotora nyika ineyi? Anditi Chiwenga zvaakaita izvozvo zvekudzosa Mnangagwa ndiye akonzera nhamo yese iri muZimbabwe, nekuti dai Mnangagwa akanga asipo Zimbabwe ingadai isina nhamo yese. Saka munhu aunza Mnangagwa kuti azotonga nyika achipinza munyika mugomba ratiriri, ndiye wamunofunga kuti angazoita mukuru wenyika, nyika ikaita zvakanaka. MaZimbabweans dai tatarisa mberi, tiregere kuramba tichiita kuti nyika inetseke zvairi kuita izvi. Ngationesesei zvinhu zvazviri. Vana Mnangagwa vane fomula yekuti nhasi Mnangagwa aripo, paanobva kosara Chiwenga zvinenge zvakanaka, nekuti Mnangagwa kana abva anenge aida kuti mhuri yake ichengeteke. Anozoti Chiwenga kana aripo asara Chiwenga, mhuri yake Mnangagwa inenge yachengeteka. Uye vane plani yechitatu yekuti kana vese vakabva, iye Chiwenga na Mnangagwa vakabva, vanoda kuti kupinde veopposition vavanga vachishandisa nhasi. Kune veopposition vakawanda muZimbabwe vasiri kushandira vanhu, vari kubhadharwa vachipuhwa mari nana Mnangagwa naChiwenga kuitira kuti kana vasisipo ana Chiwenga naMnangagwa vasare vachichengeta zita ravo, vasare vachichengeta mainterest avo. Saka opposition itarisisei. Dai muchimboona kuti patiri kutaura zvese zvekushata kwevanhu ava, kushata kwaMnangagwa, kushata kwaChiwenga, dai muchimbozvinotisa, muchizvitarisa kuona kuti hakuna opposition iri kumboya ichitsinira zvatiri kutaura. Hapana ari kumboya achitaura achiti chokwadi zvamuri kutaura ndizvo chaizvo zvatiri kurya isu seopposition. Sei vasingasimuke vachitsinira zvatiri kutaura? It's because vamwe chete nana Chiwenga naMnangagwa ava vamwe chete. Saka musazoti Mnangagwa akabva nhasi kukapinda Chiwenga paanobva kukazosara veopposition muti zvinhu zvinonaka. Vamwe chete vese vakadara. Saka ngationesesei tione zvinhu zvazviri, tisade kunyengedzwa uye tisatyisidzirwe kunzi hanzi army inotityisidzira nekudii. Army haifaniri kunge iri political. Army inofanira kunge iri professional. Mukatarisa muregion mese umu, army yeku-South Africa, army yeku-Botswana, army yeku-Zambia, vari professional, havana bvumidzwa kukontinya ichiramba ichingoita kupindira mupolitics dzenyika. Hazvibvumidzwi zvavari kuita. Mapurisa ari paramilitary zviya zvekuti mariot police vanenge vachida vanotyisidzira kupfura vanhu nekuita sei, zvese izvozvo hazvibvumidzwi. CIO haifaniri kunge ichipindira mupolitics. Army, police, CIO havafaniri kunge vachipindira mupolitics zvachese. ngationei nzira sevanhu vezimbabwe yekuona kuti tingapushe sei kuti timeke sure kuti army yedu, polisi yedu, CIO yachinjwa kuti vaite zvavanofanira kuita, vafanira kunge vachiita zvavanofanira kunge vachiita, kwete kuramba vachityisidzira nyika. Hazvifaniri izvozvo. Kune mabhodhis akaita sana United Nations tikaenda semazimbabwenzi ikoko kunotaura nyaya yedu, kunotaura tinoda kuti muzimbabwe tinge tiine army iri professional, kwete army inotyisidzira vanhu. Vanopa pressure zvikaitika izvozvo, vanopa pressure zvikaitika zvekuti macommanders ekuarmy, ekupolisi, ekuCIO vanenge vaine mafungiro anhasi ekutyisidzira nyika vanobiswa vese kuti army inogona kudisbandwa army kufomwa nyowani inenge iri army yevanhu, kwete army yekutyisidzira vanhu. Hatidi kuramba takaitwa held at ransom, kublackmailiwa nearmy kana kuti polisi kana kuti CIO. We have somewhere to go and present our case and ask for intervention yekuti zvinhu zvigadziriswe munyika, kwete kuti tirambe tichityisidzirwa nearmy inoinfluenswa naChiwenga, nearmy inotarisa kuti politics dzakamira sei. Saka ngatifungei takadaro izvo.
This is quite very sad, honestly. It's very sad.
Tidzokere kumusha tigarewo normal lives tisina nhamo dzatinoona kunze kwenyika dzese dzakadai idzi. It's a bunch of criminals, a small group of criminals vari kuita kuti mazimbabweans, mamillions emazimbabweans tinetseke kunze kwenyika. Let's not allow that to continue. Let's not allow that to continue. Confront the problem head on. Handi tinoapproach United Nations titaura tine problem as a country. A problem military iri kutiita hold at ransom. A problem police iri kutiita hold at ransom. A problem CIO iri kutiita hold at ransom. Vakuru vacho vese vane thinking iyoyo yekufunga kuti vane right, vane entitlement yekuti shungurudza. Vabiswe kugadzirwe army chaiyo iri professional, police iri professional, CIO iri professional. Tichidzokera kumusha tigare zvakanaka negovernment inenge ichiita the way things should be done, kwete zviri kwezvi. Asi chekutanga mazimbabweans, onai kuti Chiwenga is a criminal. Just as Mnangagwa is a criminal, Chiwenga is a criminal. And musambofe makafunga kuti nyika inonaka kana kwazopinda Chiwenga ane mhosva dzisingaite, just like Mnangagwa has crimes asingaite. Opposition iyi, vhurai maziso vanhu veZimbabwe, vhurai maziso. Musarambe muchingodyirwa mari muchinyeperwa kunzi hey, next elections zvichadai, next elections. Zvatiri kutaura zvizhinji ndezvemareforms izvi. Political reforms aifanira kunge akaitwa paGNU kare paya 2008. Kungadai kusina army iri kunetsa vanhu yezvine ichishungurudza vanhu kana kublackmaila vanhu. Asi opposition yacho haina zvayakaita, because vari kupuwa mari nevanhu vakaita sana Chiwenga nana Mnangagwa. Saka ngatitarisei mberi, ngatitarisei, ngatibatanei, tinyatsogara pasi tione kuti problem yedu yakamira sei, tichiita serious about finding a way forward along the lines dzandiri kusuggesta, and I'm sure there are other suggestions dzakawanda dziri out there. Ngatigarei pasi tigadzirise nyika yedu, tisarambe tichingova kunze kwenyika zvatakaita izvi. Zvinonaka tikanyatsoti pano tashinga tinoda kuti zvidaiwo zvinoita. Asi ngatiregei kuti vanhu vari kuti dzvinyirira nhasi tovaona kunge ndo vanhu vachatiponesa. Tikadaro hapana kwatiri kuenda.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yo, my heart. Yeah, I've told you that when fathers standing up and they begin to speak, there's so much, it comes with so much power. And, you know, it is heartbreaking to hear. I mean, these people are in foreign lands. These fathers are in foreign lands. You know, guys, as you get old, your ancestors are calling. You want to be next to your people. But most of our brothers or fathers, all of them are just stuck in foreign lands, suffering because of two men. We have created a criminal cartel in the country. so they can hold Zimbabweans at ransom. That's why I get so upset when people are calling chef, my chef, my chef. Even Zimbabweans, you need to start stopping using these words. My chef being a nonsense. Don't use them. They don't deserve respect, these people. They do not deserve respect. Notwithstanding the titles they hold, that they don't deserve respect. Because if you want me to respect you, you need to start by respecting me. Because respect is earned. You can't brutalize people. I mean, Zimbabweans have been through a lot. And there was a time that people were asking questions. Remember the article that came out that Chiwenga's wife, got conned some of $1 million. I remember in Zimbabwe, people asking, "Ma'am, where did you get this $1 million?" I mean, when you hear all these stories, you can actually ask, where did you get the money from? I mean, you met a man who used to command the troops. I mean, who was involved in so many scandals of $1 billion. You can ask that question. Where were you getting the money? Now you have the answers. You have the answers. You have the answers. And I also asked the questions. Last time I said, how come out of all that we hear, including that doctor that came to Zimbabwe and say Mnangagwa wanted to kill Chiwenga? Remember? Yeah, well, that's what Mary said to the doctor in South Africa. That very same doctor who said that, and I was still asking myself, how come Chiwenga said Mnangagwa so much respect and kneeling down and with all these kind of things, but yet these guys knew the reason why this, because you know what, if you go down, I'm going to go down with you. So we might as well we will nest this wound until we cross, until death do us part. Right? Interesting. Very interesting. And the army, the military, young people, why are you being used by these guys? I know most of these military guys are suffering. Why do you allow to be used? Brothers, why do we allow these guys to keep on abusing us? Before we put the military gear, the camouflage, we are Zimbabweans. We know our parents are suffering. Yeah, most of you, your parents are suffering. Only these guys are part of the criminal cartel are eating. Guys, because the way I see the world is beyond this humanity. I see the world behind the physical. That's why I don't see value in all this nonsense, man. For us to sit and just watch being abused by these guys. We are bigger than this. Our purpose are greater. You guys, I wish you know. I wish you know. Do you know what? There's so many people who are going to live with regrets. They will start asking themselves, why did I even allow myself to be used to destroy myself? Because that's what most of you are doing. You work for these guys. Some of you get to be injected poison. Some of you are sick now with cancer by saving the very same people. And tomorrow they wake up, they turn against you. When are you going to wake up and realize that you are dealing with the devil who is alive and well? When are you going to wake up, brothers and sisters, that you are being used to destroy yourselves? It's a sad situation. Now you can hear fathers are asking questions. Now at the end of this article that they wrote that they were trying to help Chiwenga, they actually said that the question was, the way forward, can Chiwenga offer what Zimbabwe needs? Now you can hear the question they're asking you. You must comment in the comment section. Do you think Chiwenga has got the qualities to lead Zimbabwe? Is it, can he? Okay, from me, no, he doesn't have the capacity. I don't even care whether the military, whatever. Chiwenga can have the entire world backing him. He can't lead Zimbabwe because he does not have the capacity. It's not about who backs you, it's about who you are as a person. Leadership has nothing to, guys, you can bring even the military in America to come to Zimbabwe. Chiwenga won't be able to lead Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa, today you can bring all people that you want, all leaders of all qualities. He cannot because he's not a leader. He does not have the qualities to lead. If they were leaders, I want you to hear me, they were not going to even struggle. Okay, they would have even had, do you know what they would call all these Zimbabwean guys and said, come here, farmers come, you IT guys come, engineers come, all of you please, we want water in this country. Each and every home should have clean water. Electricity. The Zimbabwean people who help them to build this country. But you know what? They cannot do it because they don't have the capacity to do. You can't struggle to lead this country with such a brain capability. How can you struggle? But you know what? They're not leaders. So they will never do that. Forget it. So that question to answer you, no. Chiwenga cannot lead Zimbabwe. He does not have the qualities to do so. I do not care what anyone can tell me. After what I've heard today, after what all these fathers are saying, these fathers are not talking what they heard. They worked with these guys. They worked with them. You can hear him say, I was there. The day that this guy was killed, I was at his house. They were in all these meetings. They know when these monies were looted. They were there. They're not talking about what they heard. This is eyewitness, guys. Eyewitness. So to me, no, Chiwenga cannot lead Zimbabwe. In fact, you know what? These guys should be locked up in prison. In fact, they need to swap with the ones that are in prison today. They should be the ones to be locked up in prison. And I know right now, I know that it's those people that are people that are in ZANU-PF that are here, that were sent here to listen to what I say here. I know you're going to take this information and go back to them and they will laugh at me. But let me tell you, they will laugh because that day hasn't come. But the day is coming where you'll be held accountable. Not because of Zimbabweans, but because it's your season to reap for what you have sown. It has nothing to do with Zimbabweans. There will come a time where even your forces will fail. The money that you have will fail. Your powers that you are relying on will fail when it is time for you to be held accountable for reaping all that you have sown. Some of you, if you don't, but your children will be held accountable. Your children will reap what you have sown. Not because of Zimbabweans, but it will be God's time. So laugh while you can, but that time is coming. I know you will remember this. Could I say so? Your time is coming. I don't care how much money. I know men who had money, who had all the support, all the protection. But when the God's time arrives, you will know that you are all nothing before God. You are nothing. You are nothing. Nothing. All right. Moving on as we close. There's a video that is circulating right now on social media. Very, very disturbing video. This video is for a man that is beating his wife. Okay. I've seen a lot of videos of Zimbabwean men. Okay, not all of them Zimbabwean men. And some of you know you've witnessed your sisters being beaten by their husband. You know, it's not like you know, it's one thing to hear about things, another thing to witness them. You know it. You've got family members who are toxic, right? This guy here, it was very interesting because he was actually, you know, he seems like he's someone who came from those, you call them Masala's family kind of. When that man talks, he's talking and they are fighting for nothing. A car, I don't know what they were talking about. A car that, you just, I left the car there and I went to see someone else. This man began to beat this woman. Okay. You know, I realized something about Zimbabwean men. Okay, not all. When I say Zimbabwean men, I'm not saying all of you. But I want to say it in a way that you guys will understand. When Zimbabwean guys date South African women, hear me out. They don't treat them the way that they treat Zimbabwean women. And I'll tell you what I'm going to say. And I will tell you why. When they date South African women, they are gentlemen. You will be shocked. Is that a Zimbabwean man? They're gentlemen. Some of them are being treated like trash by these South African women. But let me tell you, they still follow them and be begging them. Just imagine if the very same energy that you are giving to these outsiders, you can apply that very same principle to the Zimbabwean women. What kind of a society can we build today? The same love, the way that you're talking to these women, respecting South African women. If you can't do that to Zimbabwean women, what kind of a society can we build in Zimbabwe? Just imagine. And, I've been thinking this morning when I saw this story because I went mad. When you mess up with my sisters, I'm going to come and stand there and defend the society. Okay? I'm going to stand for my girls. Because I know what these girls are going through. I know what they're going through. Do you know, when nonsense happens in South Africa, South African men will stand and be at the forefront to defend the city. No wonder why their women are feminine. Because their energies that we share. Women by nature, when men takes their place and begin to share masculine, I'm talking about healthy masculine energy, women automatically submit. It's by nature, that's how women are created. But once you come in and be like a lion with this toxic masculinity, screaming, shouting, when there is nothing to fight for, you're just screaming. You know what? Because because Zimbabwean, what are they going to do? Family is not China. No, the family is suffering. So what do I care? those kind of attitudes are the reason why ZANU-PF is abusing us. Because there are not many who can stand firm to say, not in this city, you will not abuse the women. You too many. Can you tell me that it's only the few guys who are going against the entire Zimbabwean man? It's few guys, not a lot, it's few guys. And these guys can talk to people like they're talking to kids. Some of the men in the country today, Zimbabwean men, are worshipping them. Chef. In 2024, a 30-something-year-old man who should be owning businesses, building successful families, is too bootlicking another man in. Can you tell me what does that really mean? A 30-something-year-old man, 40-something-year-old, 50-year-something-old man. You saw even some of the guys that were bought last year during the time of the elections are mature men. Some are grandfathers who are being used to do the dirty work and destroy the city and destroy Zimbabwe. And in return, they're bootlicking criminals. Now you wonder why people don't respect us? You wonder why you can raise up your hand and beat a woman? You are not taking out your frustration on innocent women that you should be giving to these evil politicians. You should look at these people head on and say, not in this city. You don't treat people like that. We want to be having kids right now today that are literally like kids that are suffering with drug addiction. We want to be having that if we had a genuine, authentic man who stand to protect society and say, not in this place. But you know what? You are exhausting your energy on beating women. Because I've seen a lot of disturbing. I'm not saying women are perfect. No, they've got their own issues. But I can guarantee you, women have become masculine because of what's going on in the country. The suffering is caused our women to lose their feminine energy. That's why you can't compare with South Africa. Because South Africa, when nonsense happens, South African men will put their last, I'm going to die. It's not negotiable. They will get into the street and they'll defend the city. And the women will be at home. Zimbabwean men, it's time for us to introspect. It's time to introspect. When I keep on seeing those kind of things, scenes where people are being beaten for absolutely nothing, abused by other men. We'll talk about a car. We'll talk about a motor. Motor. A car. In 2024. Who does that? Just imagine if the country was functioning. You guys will be having all types of car parked in your 20 car garage. Like what's happening in America. What stops in Zimbabwe? It's stopping because you allow criminals to abuse the state funds. Criminals to loot who are supposed to be protecting people. It is a sad situation. It's all boils down to the mind. It's a mindset. ZANU-PF have played with our minds for far too long. And this time, it will not work. Because when women stand up, everything will fall flat. Not again, devil. We will not allow you to destroy our children, to destroy our families. We will not allow, notwithstanding the title that you carry. This time, in Zimbabwe, to hold a title means absolutely nothing to me. Because your titles that you're honorable. What is honorable to a criminal? What is honorable to a thief? What is honorable to a murderer? What is honorable to a liar? What is honorable? What is honorable to an evil man? There's nothing honorable. That's why we no longer respect you. But now men need to stand up. Instead of beating women, use your energy in building the city and confront the criminals in the country and said, that's why man look what's happening in Mozambique. So they're not retreating. That's what I'm expecting in Zimbabwe. Men standing up and said no. And the women, we will cook for you. It happened during the struggle. We will cook for you. We'll give you support. We'll wash your shirts. While we demand to have a society that function, not to be held at ransom by criminals. Our fathers, grandfathers, it breaks my heart because grandfathers are now stuck in foreign lands than more talking to their grandchildren. And I mean, guys, please, I am begging you. The energy you are using to abuse women, use that energy in demanding a fair society. I've never been abused by any man in my lifetime, never. But I've seen some of my friends, I've seen some of the people that I know I've counseled people before who are in abusive relationships caused by Zimbabwean men. Because Zimbabwean men are my brothers. So for that reason, I'm standing here and talk to them as a sister and say, instead of using that energy to abuse women, you better use your energy to fight these criminals in the country. Look, vana wikino shivantara nemunge muri nothing. Like amusibanu. But what do? You use your anger and abuse innocent women for absolutely nothing. Kurira mota, kurira imba, madaka. Huh. We can do better. Brothers, domestic violence doesn't pay. In the new Zimbabwe that is around the corner, I'll be the one at the forefront holding a placard to make sure you are locked up in prison. For if you try to just beat a woman, to just raise your hand, I'll be the one who will be the forefront to make sure you're locked up in prison because you don't deserve to be in society. You are a monster and you should be behind bars. The time, this whole ZANU-PF nonsense will soon pass. Women are going to get their place in society where they will not allow anybody to raise your hand and beat a woman. After I do that in my family, I'm the one that will take that person in, lock into the car to go to the police station to make sure you're locked up. You need discipline. Because in our family, we don't teach you to raise your hand on women. You can't beat women. You will talk properly. You will respect people. If she's wrong, you find the right time to communicate properly. Raising hands, no. What I'm seeing is unbelievable. Because we have allowed our society to be like crazy people. And this has to stop. We need to start channeling our energy in the right place. Confronting other men who are abusing society. And make sure that they're held accountable. Just imagine if all these Zimbabwean men, not to look for his way out. No, I can just date a South African woman and get all the trinkets and get away with it. No. I can just do... No more shortcuts. Let's face our problems head on and come out with a solution. Criminals cannot hold our destiny at ransom any longer. I do not care their names, who are there, because I don't value things. Whether I've got $1 billion in, I don't care, because I sit with billionaires who are very humble. So if you think you can come and try to... No. It doesn't even bother me. I'm in between. I've tasted poverty. I know what money looks like. So with that being said, I'm not going to be threatened by trinkets and small little money. Humble yourself. Sit down. We want a society that works. Abuse of innocent people, it has to stop. And if I take the information as it is. Don't edit. Take it as it is and take it to the top there. Let Manamuchamba, let Mnangagwa, let Chiwenga, let all their wives hear me out. We cannot allow this society to carry on like this. We will not allow it. We will not allow you to abuse our people any longer. This evil and abuse will stop. Because if you don't stop, wait until God stops you and see how that whole thing is going to collapse. It will collapse in your head. Guys, there'll come a time where you don't know. All your bodyguards will fail you. That time is coming because we have been carrying on with evil for far too long. And we can never allow you to destroy our destiny. We have future. We have got kids to protect. We have generations to mold. We have children in the leagues that deserve to be respected. With that being said, we will not allow you people, to destroy our future. It's no longer a political matter. It's not, we don't care what position you hold. It's no longer that. This is about defending our own purpose and defending a society that should be normal. Whatever it takes, we will cross. The sun will stop until our people get the freedom that they deserve. You heard me, and I mean that. Wait for your presser to speak, and this time atitambe turikuona zuva richamira kuti tikrose tive neZimbabwe that we deserve. You heard me. You heard me what I said. It is what it is. It's coming. It's around the corner and it's coming. While you are there, I know some of you can't even sleep now. It's coming. Things just gonna wake up, boom, in that country. And the freedom that we need will arrive. Once I said it, it's exactly how it's gonna be. And may God bless you and may God bless Zimbabwe. The freedom is coming. Chill. It's around the corner. Evil people will be held accountable and they need to answerable to all that they've done to the innocent people who didn't do them no wrong. God bless Zimbabwe. I love you. Bye for now.